Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. We got a creepy Watson just staring at us. Got nothing to say there, Watson? I didn't think so. Alrighty, we talked to that old guy last time, and we need to find some booze. As always the case. So let's find him some booze, shall we? Booze, wooze. Can I just take that? So what locations do we have? Port District, Mackerel, Pub. I mean, this is the pub and where we're at. You would think that I would find some booze around here, but guess not. Maybe if I just roll a barrel to him, will that be good enough? Maybe not.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
Got any booze? I guess the laughing track tells me that no, they don't have any booze. Excuse me, sir. Nope, nothing. Nothing about booze.
I told you once, now...
Fine. Can we now go here?
I have no reason to go there.
Fine.
What do you make of this, Holmes?
It's a gate, my dear Watson. Quite elementary. I bet you we just have to find booze from somewhere. Not from a regular place like a pub or something, it's just some place hidden. And we're supposed to find it. Or maybe there's just some person that we need to talk to. Like, give us some booze. Or do you know where booze is? And they'll tell us. Too bad I cannot talk to anybody. I mean, they don't want... we don't want this game to be easy or anything. A lot of people in this empty town that do not want to talk to you. So, got us any hints on where to find this?
Well, fish is fat this year, lots of...
Of course he doesn't have anything to say, then. It's one of those puzzles that is just bullshit. Watson, keep an eye out for moonshine or anything. Just look for bottles that have liquid in it. Yeah, says saloon. I'm sure those are just empty bottles anyway. If anybody gets an idea where I could go. Hey, Mr. Megahossi. No, not that's the silver earring, I think. Is the one with the teleporting Watson. I mean, he kind of teleports, but he's not as creepy. No, I couldn't pick up any of the bottles. You saw me trying, Gabriel, right? No, that's a paintbrush. I'm trying to think historically where did people hide booze? Oh, would be in the water, yeah. But we cannot really get to any of the water areas. But they would definitely hide them somewhere, maybe. Hej, Vanisop! I do not know, Konfutsu. We're just looking for booze. Watson, stop be quiet. You're scaring the dog with your noise. Oh, that was supposed to be the dog? Oh, excuse me. I thought you were snoring.
I have no reason to go there.
Lady?
It would be better to turn back.
No, just jump in it. Let's end it right here. Excuse me, you're not feeling well. Where did you leave your booze? Press A to execute. Just dump it in the river. So none of those bottles then. Can we go in? No. And she has nothing to say to us. Why is it so difficult to just find a bottle of booze? Or any container of booze? I mean, it says pub. But there's nobody here except this one sleeping guy. I don't see any booze around him either. He's got a tobacco between his fingers. There's a bottle. Maybe the 3D view can help us again. Can't do nothing here. Okay. I'm running out of ideas, like, immediately. You would think that it shouldn't be too difficult just to find something. But apparently it's impossible in this game. I cannot even go to the third person view here because it's alpha, or it's beyond the limits. Maybe it's hidden here. Oh, no booze there. Oh. Well, maybe I'm gonna try to catch these leaves with my 2 fingers. I will be the Kung Fu master. I wonder if we're ever gonna get the ending for Shenmue. Hopefully so, that the story ends with 4, if they ever make 4. I mean, it would be nice to see a conclusion to the story, finally. I mean, even 3 was starting to be a real stretch, story-wise. Oh, hey, Joe! I need to bribe the freaking guard again? Or do I need to give champagne money? Ugh, it's all about the money. Not even trying to find booze.
Speaking of that, it come to me true. Was a week ago, maybe two. A butler working for a rich man made himself a jewel trade to honor and co. Looks like business to be done fast and with a quiet way. By my foot, the truth is here now.
The name of the employer of this silent partner?
He go by the name Honestson. He from far up the bayou to the east. He got some crazy notions, Latin. They must be all like that where he come from.
No doubt. One other matter. During the last few days, have you noticed any strange ship movements, especially regarding those taking leave of port late at night?
Hey, Salta.
You're right about old Champagne, so I tell you true. 5 days ago, a ship, she weigh anchor in the middle of the night.
Hey,
She
Goblin.
took sail right after a mess of folks brought a lot of boats to meet her and charged on board. These all came from the swamps. Could be toting contraband. Anyway, left for the old world for sure. Old Champagne keeps to his own self. No reason to know nothing more. And advice to you, stay clear. Those that sticks their nose where it don't belong end up feeding the gators round these parts.
We shall consider ourselves duly warned. Good day.
And if you wants to go for a ride in the bayou or something else, old Champagne treats you right. I take dollars, bottles of you know what, right?
Bottles of water. Yeah, sure. Hey, Specky. I guess we're going to the French district now.
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Anson.
What can we do, Holmes?
Let's go, Watson, to the port. Watson, let's pay a visit to this Anson.
What can we do, Holmes?
Let's go, Watson, to the port.
Are you seriously making me walk there? Must be because of a cutscene. Fine. I'll walk all my way there. I guess they didn't know how to implement a cutscene when you just fast travel to an area.
Holmes, our bag! Thief! Stop! Thief!
Are you freaking serious? With this kind of music?
Stop!
There he is.
This is like Shenmue. I'm just waiting for the quick time events to happen.
He's there.
Okay, what am I supposed to do here? There. Hey, Vertonsi. Welcome to probably the dumbest part of this game. Where am I supposed to go now? Great jumping animation. I can only wonder how stupid this would look on the third person view. Good thing is one of the slowest robbers ever. Whee!
Stop!
Stop admiring him climbing and go after him, Sherlock. Whee! Where'd he go? Woohoo! Ow! Ooh! Ah! Ooh! Ow! Ooh! I bet that's the sheriff.
Stop right there, you two. Not a move.
But the thief, he is going to...
Thief? What thief? All I see are two foreigners tearing up my wharf, making a lot of noise. I expect you have some sort of papers proving who you are and what business you have in my parish. I assume you have proof you're here legally.
What? Of course we have papers in our bag. But that villain, he... Well, upon my word, you allowed him to make off with our bag.
What are you insinuating, sir? Are you trying to offend me?
Gentlemen, look here. Calm down, Watson.
But can't you see that...
Watson? So you are Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Please, spare us the pretense. You know very well who we are.
And a clever fella in the bargain. Listen to me and listen up good, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. You will leave tomorrow morning for Europe on the same ship that brought you here. No need to offload your bags. Just turn around and get back on board. Nothing good'll come your way if you ignore my advice. Oh, and one more thing. Without proper papers, you're nothing more than outlaws here in New Orleans. And outlaws end up as gator bait in my parish.
With open arms, was it, Watson?
Holmes, enough.
It seems they were warned of our arrival and waiting for us. Let's find the wealthy side of the city and the house of this Arneson. Come, Watson, time is not our friend. Watson, let's pay a visit to this Arneson.
I'm glad that at least the whole sequence wasn't totally pointless. Oh wait, the whole sequence was completely pointless. To the French quarters. And somebody wake up Gabriel. So she was about to ring the bell.
Ah, Watson, it seems we have arrived at the place. Look there, on the iron door.
Looks like no one is here, Holmes.
It's a pity, Watson. This is our only lead. Good morning, miss. Please don't be alarmed. We won't harm you, my dear. What is your name?
Eula, sir.
Lovely. When we arrived here, you were looking through this gate. This is the residence of Mr. Arneson, isn't it? Do you know him?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if he is at home?
Don't rightly know, sir.
Watson,
Come now, don't distress yourself like this. Why all these tears?
Because of my little brother, Davy. He serves with Mr. Arneson, and been more than 5 days since I heard from him.
perhaps he went on a trip with Mr. Arneson.
No, sir. Tain't likely. I serves at the Gallagher's just the other side of the road. If they had left, I would have seen them. Something bad has happened. I can feel it.
But if you were so near, surely your brother would have cried out for help if there had been any real danger.
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's right smart in some ways. But Davy can't talk. Not a word. Besides, most evenings, we visits and sees each other across the stable door. And been more than 5 days since he been there. Oh, sir, I be mighty scared. Something has happened to him. I just knows it.
Miss, take us to this stable. Watson, I think this place is indeed isolated, and therefore quite vulnerable.
There it be. I'm gonna go wait on the road. That way, if my mistress calls for me, I can hear.
It is hardly secure, Watson. Regard the lock. It has a primitive wooden latch which is also quite flimsy.
So we use the knife. Yep.
Bravo, Holmes.
That's a dead horse. Oh, it moved. It's sleeping. Yous be alright now, you hears?
Holmes, this horse is dying of thirst. Poor animal.
He has had no water for these past 5 days, Watson.
Unbearable.
Can we get it some water? Probably not.
This should prove useful.
Probably not.
I hope this gate is not locked, because it appears quite formidable. Open!
Apparently, you need to just say the magic word open. Yeah, horses aren't camels.
Observe, Watson, these beautiful, well-tended flowers. Someone must care for them.
And look at these similarly flying butterflies. It's almost like there's a lazy animator at work here. Oh my god! We've been raided! Hey, Zaraika Kiri. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Excuse me, there was somebody asking me a question earlier. I didn't actually check what it said. It was a Zelda asking which 3 was a stretch. I have no idea what he's talking about. Hello there, Hoya Exotica. Thank you for the follow. And also started playing Borderlands 2. How are you liking it? Paper Mario game. The first Paper Mario and 1000 Year Door are the best. As I came into the stream, you said something like it would be nice to have a conclusion to the story, and 3 was already a stretch. Ah, I was talking about Shenmue. Shenmue was what I was talking about. The 3rd game was already a big stretch story-wise.
Look, Holmes, a raccoon. Come here, you little rascal.
They won't allow us too close, Watson, though the little imps are rather inquisitive by nature. Closed tight.
Not closed tight.
What a wretched smell, Holmes.
Quite wretched, Watson. It is the foul stench of death. What's this? Someone placed their hand near this footstep. Judging by the size of the fingers, it seems to be a youth. Why would they lean down here? Of course, to pick something up. Curious, there are some muds that appears to have come from underneath the bed.
And that bit has to be moved.
These clothes belong to a servant, and judging from their size, he is a small man. Arnson, with his servant, no doubt.
And we have...
Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here.
Ooh, hello there, Ruby.
A stone of small size, but of splendid color. It seems to have no flaws, and I doubt that it originated in the American continent.
A horse deprived of feed, but supplied drinking water is capable of surviving 20 to 25 days. A horse deprived of water may only live up to 3 or 6 days. After lacking water intake for 2 days, a horse may refuse to eat and exhibit signs of colic and other life-threatening ailments. Yeah. Hello, blood. My old friend.
This blood on the ground came from a deep wound. I cannot budge the handle. They must have lodged something behind it to hold fast the door. Shh, Watson, listen. Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson,
You're
your
useless.
sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later. Watson, what do you make of this?
What a horrific sight. It has lain here for at least a week.
Or 5 days.
On the contrary, Watson, once again you see but fail to observe. The warmth of the local climate and the exceptional humidity undoubtedly sped up the rate of decomposition. Based upon my calculations, the body has been here for 5 days.
See, even I knew that it has to do with the shipment that came around here 5 days ago, you idiot. Why does he even have a Watson? Watson is so useless.
Champagne. Maybe this will satisfy that old man of the same name.
So we did need to find him some booze. Watson, stop stepping on the evidence, please.
Papers were burned, and great care was taken to destroy everything of any value to our case. We will find nothing further in this place.
You sure about that?
This must be Arnson. He appears fond of cigars.
See, we found something already. We know that Arnson likes cigars.
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars. Blood.
Blood!
Blood. 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 Blood.
Everybody get that? That it's...
Blood.
Still not sure?
Blood.
One more time.
Blood.
There. You're not sure, Watson? Take a close look here. Listen carefully. I'm gonna say it once more.
Blood.
There. Now we know it's blood. I wonder what that is. On the ground. Let me check. It seems similar.
Blood.
Yeah, it's blood. Yeah, okay. What's this? You're in a pool of something. What is it?
Blood.
Ah, okay, thanks. Yeah. Now we know.
These footsteps indicate a person of small stature, and the fact that they are so closely set suggests they made their way with great stealth.
But there's something between those steps. I'm not sure what it is.
Blood!
Ah, yeah. And here I was thinking it would be ketchup or tomato juice. Dear Mr. Arnson, it was a rare pleasure to encounter your extraordinary altruistic attitude towards your employee, young Davy. Few would have made the effort to discover the truth of his affliction, and most would have discharged this boy from their services without hesitation. It is fortunate that Dr. Gallagher, who has expertise in these matters, is also your neighbor. Hey, Turkin. Blood! Of course, my mom decided to call right when I entered the stream, but hey, to everyone, I didn't notice. Alright. Without this intervention, it is doubtful we would have been introduced, and then you would not have had the answers about this young man that you have been seeking. First, I will tell you that Davy's problems are psychological rather than physical. As you have already noticed, he hears and understands perfectly well. A medical examination also revealed that his vocal organs are unimpaired. The final diagnosis is that the psychological trauma or mental blockage is what prevents him from speaking. As for your anecdote concerning the coins and the discovery of the incredible talent that this young man seems to have for figures, it reminds me of similar child prodigy cases. I have requested their files from my colleagues and hope to learn more. All I can say now is that your employee has a phenomenal memory for figures, and that an adapted teaching program could enable him to exploit this talent further and benefit his community. Best regards, Professor Lakoska. So Davy was a prodigy with the figures, as in math. He was super smart. Fantastic Hunt Tales by D. Niles, page 188. Or much more, of course, if it is an African swallow. But our most disturbing tale about wild creatures of the marshes and swamps comes from Louisiana, near the city of New Orleans. Frightening events have plagued the region in recent history. At the time this book was put to press, rumors about mysterious disappearances, discoveries of mutilated bodies, and a fearsome beast of the swamps continue to haunt the poorer quarters and dockyards of this city. Our story begins 15 years ago, when a noted citizen of New Orleans contacted a world-renowned hunter known as Ward. This gentleman, who wishes to remain anonymous, retained Ward to track and kill a beast that was terrorizing his workers. These freedmen worked in his fishery and lived in infamous wooden shacks built along the outer banks of the swamp. Over the last year or more, there were mounting numbers of unexplained disappearances and deaths which happened with alarming regularity, particularly at the high tide. His men reported finding the mutilated and half-eaten bodies of men floating out from the swamp. And even more alarming, young women had also been mysteriously disappearing. At first, he appealed to the local authorities, but was met with indifference. They blamed these incidents on his own hired men, who lived beside the swamp. The local constabulary reasoned and that these people originated in Africa, where sacrificial rites involving young virgins were common. As for the fate of the men one found dead, they argued this was most certainly the work of alligators, which filled the swamps. Game. He knew personal experience that alligators rarely attack humans when fish and natural food are readily available. He also rejected the notion that sacrificial rites were involved. Had that been the case, his men would have not asked for his help and couldn't have handled the matters themselves. Ward was told the workers usually disappeared while dredging for crayfish. As far as known, 12 girls had disappeared recently, and no less than 7 young men had been found dead. The workers now refused to enter the swamp, even to withdraw their gear. Adding to the tension were rumors of a grotesque and scaly silhouette seen by a fisherman in the distant fog. Ward was offered a large sum to hunt down the presumed beast and return with it to the man's hired workers, so that they could return to fishing for crayfish and forget about their complaints. Ward accepted the commission, cleaned his weapon, and hired a local guide who knew the swamp. They left on a boat that very same day. For the next 2 weeks, they searched the swamp, leaving early in the morning and coming back late at night. One evening, Ward came back, anxious and excited. He said they discovered a trail deep in the swamp. He and his guide heard something that initially sounded like singing, but in dreadful guttural and discordant voices. Ward explained that it might have been the mating call of a bull alligator or some other large reptile. He promised to go there first thing in the morning and return with its head. They left at dawn, and later gunshots were heard from the depths of the swamp. The evening came and went with no sign of Ward or his guide, nor were they seen the next day and into the next weeks. However, the strange disappearances and deaths ended. People speculated that Ward, his guide, and the beast had killed each other in some ferocious battle. Then, some months later, an extraordinary thing occurred. A fisherman discovered what appeared to be a white man caught in quicksand. The man, upon discovery, shouted with panic and attempted to escape. The fisherman was forced to stun him with an oar in order to bring him in. The man had moss, seaweed, and muck, all teeming with vermin, covering his gaunt frame. His features were buried under a thick beard and a wild tangle of hair. Despite his appearance, which was barely human, some people claimed they recognized Ward's eagle eyes. He was also naked. His teeth were strangely sharpened, and his eyes were feverish and barely able to focus. Worst of all were the terrible strange scars that covered his entire body. Their symmetries resembled the work of some deranged artist or madman. I'm sorry, symmetry, not symmetry. Though many thought the opposite, the authorities decided that Ward had inflicted these marks upon himself and locked him in a cell, saying he must surely be insane. After doctors examined him, he was officially judged to be mad and sent to the mental hospital in Baton Rouge. There he remained locked up until the end of his short life. He spent the last few months of his life there, eating only raw fish and screaming to all who could hear that they had saved him. He cried out that he was one of them, and he spoke to him in a dream, and his awakening was soon to come. Another historical tale, even more disturbing, comes to us from the British moors, where White Rabbit. So nice that it starts with a Monty Python reference and ends with a reference to Alice in Wonderland. spider is drowning. Well, before I swallowed it all, I actually almost drowned, yeah. Dagon!
This book has been read often. Tales of Fantastic Hunts by D. Niles.
Fauna and flora of Louisiana. Because the alligators are not the most fearsome predators, according to visitors, all agree that mosquitoes are the worst enemy of a man in Louisiana. No one knows how many different varieties of mosquitoes haunt the surrounding swamps and lowlands, but the most common of the hematophages. Attracted by mammals' body warm with the smell of blood from the wounds or sweat, they can quickly swarm in clouds of several. Damn it! I was hoping I would get through this as fast as possible without somebody buying. Attracted by mammals as spotty warm, the smell of blood from wounds or sweat, they can quickly swarm in clothes of several thousand and attack their target with the same effectiveness of a school of piranhas. Look, fauna, flora of the Amazon. Every year they cause numerous deaths among cattle. Unfortunately, deaths among people are rare. The natives shared with us some of their local recipes to avoid this plague. The most efficient and common method consists of applying some lemon juice. The aroma repels these menacing insects. The simple presence of a lemon tree in front of a window is enough to dissuade them from entering that place. A more audacious solution consists of carrying several toads on your person in a conspicuous manner. These amphibians are very effective. Though the behavior of the raccoon in Louisiana is very similar to his brothers from the forest of the East Coast, there are a few differences. There are many unique predators of the raccoon in the wilds of Louisiana, notably certain kinds of aquatic snakes. Because of this, raccoons in this region take their meals in a nest, usually placed in the branches of a tree or at any height which is easily approachable by the raccoon, well known for its agility but also out of easy reach of their enemies. Carrion is a main part of their diet, particularly if speaking of a female with small kids. Her need for additional protein to sustain her milk production makes carrion a particularly good source of food.
Ah, a book on the fauna and flora of Louisiana.
So what's this?
This metal tube is approximately 40 centimeters in length and 18 in diameter. It bears a small tag which reads, "This one without defect. My sincere apologies, E. Otis."
What the devil are you doing, Holmes?
Taking evidence, you moron? And also Otus, spelled like that's Otus. It actually means creature in Finnish. Toads then eat the mosquitoes. Whoa, that sounds like an RPG weapon. Toads on your belt firing their tongues every fucking direction. Yep. And also Zaraika, I would not combo lisp and Finglish. I don't do that anymore. I don't do combos. It gets too difficult for my brain to focus on two things at the same time. The Player's Corner. In order to wind up this unique watch, you need to find the figures corresponding to those of the clock, according to the same logic. 2 digits are already marked to help you figure out what method to use. Good luck!
A newspaper from 5 days ago. Someone has torn the last page. Well, it seems Arnson tried his hand at a small riddle in this newspaper. How strange. He does not seem the type to take interest in mathematical conundrums.
That's because he's not. We already know who's the prodigy of maths. Hey, look, a lemon tree.
This should prove useful.
You took the whole tree into your pocket. Sure.
Closed, tight.
Well, it made me laugh only because I was so bad at it. Of trying to do Arnold and Finglish at the same time, so that's why I gave up on combining the two. Or any
Closed, tight.
of the speech impediment challenges. I wasn't laughing because it was funny, I was laughing because it was such a failure. On even trying to do it.
Watson, hold the basin. I think you know what to do with it.
Does he? I mean, what are we doing with it? Ew. At least the mouse trap has worked.
Weird, gross, ew.
Poor mouse, though.
Disgusting!
So exactly what are we doing here? I haven't even figured out why I took the basin. Good old potato theater. Hold on, horsey! I'm coming to save you! There you go.
Easy now, fellow. Think up.
Whee! We saved the horse's life. You are starving. I can see your freaking rib cage. Enjoy. There's a good lad.
What could this be doing here?
You were sitting on a hammer. That must have hurt. Enjoy your super clear water. Must be extremely tasty. Obviously, use it to water the lemon tree and climb to the sky with it. Oh, to the moon, yeah, like Münchhausen would do. Baron von Münchhausen.
Here you are, Watson.
Don't you mean Sherlock? Here you, Watson. Oh, thank you, Sherlock. Thank you for the hammer, Sherlock. And what else could we do here, Sherlock? Should we investigate the room more, Sherlock Holmes?
Ah, It's a ham. What a delectable aroma. If only I were hungry.
I think that ham has gone past its prime. I mean, these things have been here for 5 days. I don't think even the cabbage is good anymore. Oranges might be good. Are all those baseballs or something? I think some people enjoy their matryoshka tea.
Closed. Tight.
I'm guessing they never had a basement. So I don't see any door to a basement around here.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated.
Yeah, we'll come back later, maybe.
Blood. Blood.
Hey, Watson,
Blood.
look,
Blood.
our favorite.
Blood. 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 Blood.
Everybody got that?
Blood.
Good. Another stream with a Spaceball reference.
Another footstep. The hunt is on, Watson. Some footsteps or marks. Not clear enough to make out. Let's see if there are others. Footsteps. Let's see. Another footstep. The hunt is on, Watson. Watson, regard the traces in the soil. A body was dragged here recently. Undoubtedly, it was a man of great size. More traces of mud. A person wearing shoes thick with fresh mud entered the garden by this gate. They entered the house and then returned, dragging a body back along the way. This erased some signs of their former movements, but not entirely. Fortunately, I have a particular talent for tracing footsteps. A neglected art indeed.
Blood. This is for Goblin.
Nothing? No? Not even a titter?
Yes, I have that sound. Hey there, Lisa. Lisa good, Lisa good, Lisa good. She is a Lisa good. Blood. Blood. Gate.
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
We must turn back, Watson, or we shall be devoured.
Yes, it's a well-known fact that when there's hundreds of mosquitoes, they'll drain you out of blood. Blood. So somehow we need to use the lemon tree around here to squeeze ourselves some lemon juice and stuff. Raccoon friend, are you still here? See it up in the tree. What pretty, pretty flowers. Oh, I needed a flower?
This should prove useful.
Why? Oh, it's a lily.
This should prove useful.
I'm finding items that apparently are gonna prove useful. If only I could figure out how.
This should prove useful. This should prove useful.
Apparently I'm picking up all the flowers in the world. One of them has to be useful. Peruvian lily, bluebell, and lily. Hey, Monkats. Yes, it's well known that a swarm of mosquitoes can drain all the blood from your body. That's why we cannot go through there. We'll be dead in seconds. I mean, the Flora and Fauna book told us that they're like piranhas. We'll be dead in seconds. Like, they're just drilled through our bodies. It's not stupid or anything. Somebody really likes gardening around here.
Closed. Tight.
Image result for can mosquitoes kill you death by mosquito draining? That's almost like the rumor come out. Does Bruno Mars is gay? Can mosquitoes kill you death by mosquito draining?
Ah, it's a ham. What a delectable... Ah, it's a ham. Ah, it's a ham. What? Ah, it's a ham.
Want some ham? Ham! It's a pickle surprise! For an average person, losing 2 liters of blood becomes life-threatening. The average mosquito bite drains 0.01 to 0.001 milliliters of blood. Thus, it would take somewhere between 200,000 and 2 million mosquito bites to kill you from blood loss. So yeah, these definitely would kill them. That's if you don't die of some disease they're carrying before that. Well, if they are carrying a disease, the disease wouldn't kill you that fast. Mosquitoes are attracted to me badly. I stepped outside at night during a Halloween party at my house a few years ago. I got 5 bites on my ankle. It swelled up so bad I had to go to the hospital during my own party. I react badly and attract them. It sucks. No, they suck. And that's the only time that had happened that bad, but I still get a bit up like crazy, even if I bathe in off spray. No, you're just naturally more attractable for mosquitoes. It's your body warmth or your something about your body aroma. And my mom was the same way. She attracted a lot of mosquitoes as well. She was not allergic to them or anything, but she just had the natural attraction. Well, we got a lemon tree right here, Goblin. That's the puzzle. We have to figure out how to use these lemons to get rid of the, to get past the mosquitoes. We need a lemon cologne, yeah, pretty much.
Ah, it's a ham.
I just don't know where to use it or how.
Ah, Holmes!
We must turn back.
But is it 200,000 of them? Yeah, to go in there, stay. Let them bite you. Hey, Lexaco. I wonder if smoke works on them like it does with bees and wasps. Don't think so. I mean, it could. Probably. I mean, we do have these, they look like a spiral thing that you start burning. And it is a scented smoke that keeps mosquitoes and such away. If you want to relax on your patio or something. But it's not just regular smoke. It actually is a scented smoke, so it has some kind of repellent in it that you burn. But pretty much anything scented can keep mosquitoes away. Lemon is just the most effective. But there's something about the lemon that mosquitoes just hate. ARC. Mwah. Horsey, do you have any idea how to squeeze the lemon juice out of these lemons? Well, you know what they say, life gives you lemons. You just throw it back at them and make it into a freaking grenade or something. That's what Cave Johnson said, right? Well, you could make lemonade, but if you were Cave Johnson, you would throw the lemons back at them and tell them that you won't quit, and then you make grenades. Or something like that. I know the electronic solutions are supposed to be bollocks, apparently. Yeah, mosquitoes aren't attracted to light. So the buzzer and such that have killed them with electricity are just for other bugs than mosquitoes.
These footsteps indicate
Blood.
this blood on the ground came from a deep wound.
Blood, 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 blood.
Whoever you are, open up.
This is useless.
Watson, your sensibility is
There's gotta be a way to get in there. I was just trying to help you, you little twerp. I mean, the ultrasound devices on Amazon, they make huge claims, but apparently yield poor results. They're supposed to apparently permanently keep all insects and spiders out of your home. Don't believe in those. At all.
They killed the man who was sitting there, and the trail of blood begins here. So this would be the body they dragged through the gate. The person was struck with a sharp object as they entered. You can see the trail of blood that continues past the staircase.
And also...
blood! The body was dragged from behind this door. Blood! Blood! Blood!
Making sure I didn't miss anything. Smoke on bees is supposed to pacify them, not informed on the specific. As for mosquitoes, it's to repel. Smoke works on bees because it makes them try to eat up as much honey as their stomachs can carry, to save it from the fire and carry it with them when they search for a new hive. This makes them drowsy. My mom got those ultrasound things, but it was to repel mice. I hate them because they make my ears feel funny. Ultrasound is not good for people, you know? It's just like electrical magnetic fields, that if there is a strong electric magnetic field around you constantly, it will make you feel fuzzy and dizzy. And sometimes it can cause, with some sensitive people, it can cause hallucinations, like sounds that they hear, or might even see fuzzy things. Like make their eyes, but mostly it's just, you know, like they can hear noises.
Closed tight.
So I'm sure the ultrasonic sound works the same way, that it can make you feel dizzy. Because of the ultrasonic affects your ears, your hearing. And it is vibration in the air, and it's so quick and vibrant, it affects your sense of balance in your ear, the drums. That's why people get headaches and the sense of dizziness and such. And that's why some people are like, oh, we got some ghosts in here. I hear whispers and everything all the time. And then they're like, yeah, you got a really high EMF right here. It's all because of the electrical stuff you got in your house. Get rid of it.
Closed tight.
Ha! I phased through that door.
Closed tight.
I wonder if there's a key that I can find. Still, I wonder how I'm gonna get this freaking lemon tree to work with me. Sleep deprivation definitely will cause people to go cray-cray. Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't hear the EMF or the ultrasound. You don't hear it yourself, but it affects your eardrums. That's why it doesn't feel healthy, because it's not healthy for you. I mean, sure, it's not healthy for the mice either. I'm sure it repels them, but it will also repel you. Because some people are, you know, sensitive to that kind of stuff. So I think Gabriel is sensitive to the ultrasound. You should tell your mother that it's making you feel like that, and she will get rid of it.
Interesting. Blood.
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 Personally, she's not using them anymore. Good. At least if she gets the idea of using them again, you can tell her immediately, no. Because they affect you too.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
I think Watson has turned into a ghost because... Oh, there you are. You're going to my joke. I was about to say that I should call for the Ghostbusters to catch you, but you're there. Some person came around the corner.
Closed tight.
How the hell do I get past those mosquitoes? I mean, I have the lemon tree. Just wave it around you. Throw some lemons at freaking Watson. What I'm trying to say here is do something, Sherlock.
What do you make of this, Holmes?
I tried. But nothing. So that is not the answer. It is certainly not the knife. I made a bouquet of flowers. That's something. Don't know why, but...
Yes, sir.
Apparently nothing. Should I go back to the port district? I don't think I can get anything out of Champagne with the champagne that I have. I'm amazed how they managed to do two-dimensional 3D graphics. Just look at Dune. Doom. Just look at Doom. If you can't believe it, it's all 2D. All of it. And pretty much the 3D is like a forced perspective in it. But everything in that game is pretty much 2D. So quite amazing how they do it. I'm talking about this game. Well, I just gave you a better example of it. really do wonder if I should go back to Champagne. And give him the champagne that I have. Maybe it would be a good idea to do now.
Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
Thoughts up. Wouldn't let me go. No en mä oikein usko, että hyttyset välittää kukista paskan verta.
Closed, tight. Closed, tight. Closed, tight. Closed, tight. Whoever you are, open up.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility.
I'm all out of ideas.
Closed, tight.
What is interesting that it is showing the room behind the doors here, but we can't get into the room. So I'm guessing we have a chance of getting in there, but I need to find the key to get in there. But I have no idea where to look for the key either. I mean, I've pretty much searched everywhere already. Unless the only place I can find the key is from whoever's locked up in the room on the first floor. And I have no idea how to get in there. Blood!
The body was dragged from... Blood!
At least we have that to entertain us.
Blood!
Okay. Somebody give me a hint. I give up. Somebody give me a hint. Give me a hint on how to talk to the person behind the door, how to get past the mosquitoes, or how to get upstairs room. And again, not you. I don't trust you. You stay away from looking a walkthrough. Stay away from it. I will not... Nuh-uh. No, I deny you. Step away from the Google search mannequin and drop away from walkthroughs. Now! If you give me something in the chat that is like a hint or even remotely a copy-paste text from a walkthrough, you will be facing the consequences, mister. I don't even know what to do with the ham.
What a delect...
Can't do nothing with the corn. To the body. Ah.
Let's examine the hands. They are calloused, with traces of dirt under the nails. This would be the gardener, no doubt.
Holmes! Here!
What? Watson actually did something? And he was upstairs?
Very interesting.
So I'm guessing this is the, something to do with this. Watson reminds me of Keith from Police Quest 2. Does fuck all and takes all the credit.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least Dooley doesn't do that. Not all the time. There are some places where he tries to take the credit, but then McQueen sets him straight. So, a math problem, huh? My favorite! I think I need a pen and paper for this, right?
Do it.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. It's almost like playing Sudoku. Almost. Hmm. In order to wind up this unique watch, you need to find the figures corresponding to those of the clock, according to the same logic. I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. I mean, what is the logic behind... I mean, 10 being 4, 9 is 3, 3 is 2, but why is 7 2 as well? That seems to be my... Do tell, Zelda. Because I'm sure I'm missing it as well. Never mind you mentioned that 7 has 2. Two figures twice in the small boxes. There's 2 2s. I mean, why did he put a 2 for 7 as well, when there's a 2 already at 3? Because you would think that there would be just... I mean, there's only 12 numbers. But I'm sure they cannot go any higher than 9. At least that's what I'm thinking. The 9 is the highest number. So I'm thinking that the numbers repeat themselves. Somehow. Maybe. It means that the numbers in the boxes are not unique, and that's what I'm thinking. If you're listening to my thoughts. I'm saying them out loud. And what I'm saying is that they repeat. But the question is, how do they repeat? And how many of them can repeat? And what do the numbers represent? Like, is there a mathematical equation to it? Are they in some kind of... That can't be right. This is cutesy devilish, this one, actually. I so love it when people are smarter than me. Now again, now they just will be tearing their hairs off while I struggle with this puzzle. I'm not good with numbers. I've already said it. I'm not good with numbers. At first I was thinking that they're paired somewhat. Well, my first thought is that there's a, like a triangle of them, so there's 3 of the same number. But now I'm thinking there's a pair of them and there's some kind of a mathematical equation between them. Like a subtraction or addition. Am I even close with this kind of thinking? That there's some kind of addition or subtraction to pair the numbers between each other? You better give him the answer because I ain't figuring this out. Sorta close. Because I was thinking, because I got like a light bulb in my head, because it's 3 and 7 are number 2. 2 and 2 put together is 4, which is the steps from 3 to 7. So it's like 3 plus 4 is 7, and then you divide the 4 to 2. You just divide it by 2. So you get the number 2 for 3 and 7. But that cannot be right because 9 has 3, and if there's 2 3s, it would be 6. And even no matter where I take 6 steps, it would end up in 3. So that cannot be right. So there's something else. You said one clever thing there, but it was surrounded by false things. I mean, it takes 2 steps to get to 5 from 7 and 3. But still, the answer would be 3 would have to have 3 for 9 to have 3. So you're saying I'm close with this type of thinking. I have one last slightly cryptic hint that might make you more lost, but it might help you figure it out faster. I guess I could take the hint. Numbers in the boxes have no relation to each other. Each number in circles is individual with no relation to other numbers. Well, that made my brain break. For others, it may have been the greatest hint ever that they can now solve the puzzle, but for my brain, it's like, I don't get this at all anymore. My brain just broke. I told you, I am really bad with numbers. Number puzzles have always been the bane of my existence. Just give me regular object puzzles any day and I'll solve everything. Drawings, objects, anything like that. But if you give me numbers, I'm throwing that puzzle out the window. Because I have no fucking clue anymore what I'm doing here. I'm sure the answer is staring right at my face with all the things that I've said already. But with that last cryptic hint you gave me, that has just caved in my theory on how this works. I have no fucking clue anymore. Not a goddamn thing. I don't even know what to think anymore, or how to think this puzzle. You don't even need to ask anymore if I want a hint. Just give me a hint of any kind. If you see me struggling this much, just give me a fucking hint. I'm sure you can tell the level of frustration I have.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
And with that, I understood. It's primary numbers. They're all primary numbers, and it shows how many times you can divide, or what you can divide them with. Oh, right. That one. Don't know why I marked 1
Nothing
on
can
11.
stop an inventive and logical mind.
A Derringer.
Bah, it's only an air pistol. I would be hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon. Besides, it's not even loaded.
See, that's how bad I am with numbers. I couldn't even think of prime numbers. While the answer was staring right at my face. I guess she doesn't like a hunting room. Or a trophy
Stop
room.
shouting. Something is happening.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
Ayo. John Madden.
They've bolted the door. There's no time for anything else. We must force it open. Quickly, Watson. We must find something to serve as a battering ram.
We must act quickly, Holmes.
Watson, this can serve as a ram to take down the door.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
Damn.
Watson, tend to her.
Holmes, hold on. There is a message pinned to this unhappy woman.
I'm sure that she's extremely happy that she was almost strangled. Do you think that in this city, the life of one English detective is worth much more than that of a black maid servant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes. Well, I didn't send this to myself.
Holmes, she is still in shock. I must stay with her.
Nice legs. It's a very clever puzzle, but since I am bad with numbers, I will never get them, you know. Never be able to solve those kind of puzzles on my own. Rawr. What's up, big guy? Very menacing. Zebra skin, a gator, and kind of maybe an antelope? Not the norm. Well, could be a deer. Rawr. A very striking painting. Look at that. Although I don't remember iguanas or anything having that many spikes on their backs. Were they hunting dinosaurs? Pumbaa!
This
No!
picture is sinister.
I'd say. That's not a normal looking lizard. Ouija board?
Yes, there is something here.
Nice pillow. You're missing a horn. My best trophy.
What is inscribed here? My best trophy. A strange hunter, this Arnson.
Best trophy was a goat. Okay. Quack. Ugh. Taxidermy is a good profession to have when a loved pet dies and you stuff them. But this kind of thing? This is just bullshit showing off. Yeah, you got the biggest balls because you hunted down an animal from afar. With a gun. Makes you a real man because you shot at something from a great distance. If there was a story that he killed this bear here with nothing but a knife, that would be a great story to tell. But I took this beast down. I shot it from 300 yards away. It's like, makes you a real man because you hunt down poor animals.
A lovely piece. I must say it's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove useful. Arnson should be in these pictures.
I'm all for controlled hunting for ecological reasons, but hunting recreationally or for sport? Nah, dude, yeah. I condone hunting for two reasons. Either it's medical, or two, it's for survival. As in for hunting for meat. If you're gonna hunt down an animal, then you use that meat for survival, then it's good. I mean, you can also skin it, and then you can make clothing out of the leather once you tan it and all that. But if you're just doing for sports and fun, get out of here. I don't judge people for wanting to do that with their pets, but I wouldn't do it. I mean, we keep our relatives' ashes in an urn on the fireplace after they pass, and why not something for the pets? When ours pass, we get the ashes of them. It's too weird for us to taxi them. Yeah, in Finland, actually, that is not legal. In Finland, it's illegal to have your dead relative's ashes in an urn in your house. You have to bury it. I mean, there's two ways you can bury your loved ones. It's either in a casket or an urn, but it has to go underground. You cannot keep the urn. You can do sea burials for ashes. Yeah, you can spread the ashes in the sea, if that is the wish of the dead one in their last will and testament. Killing for fun is only for assholes, yeah, because they think they're the manliest of men when they're hunters. It's like, do you keep the meat or anything? It's like, no, we just sell them forwards, and this is just for fun and maybe a little extra cash. It's like, yeah, real manly man. Gabriel is listing all kinds of Lovecraftian movies and stories, while everybody else is talking about taxidermy and ashes and such. Oh yeah, that is true, actually. There is a consecrated place for doing sea burials for ashes in Finland. That's why it's so silly to me that people are against Greenlandic people selling seal fur. They literally use every part of the animal for something, and the sale of the seal fur is one part of their economy, and stopping just that little part, the sales of the seal fur, could actually cripple the country severely enough that they couldn't recuperate. True. But it's part of an economy, then that is, acceptable. So to be fair, there's nothing wrong with hunting meat for others to eat, but Spider-Man's point about the toxic hunter mindset still stands. Yeah, like I said, if it's for medical reasons or for, it can be for medical reasons, for selling the carcass for economical reasons, as in you have a license for hunting and then you have a license for selling the meat forward, or survival. It can also be for the health of the animal population. That pretty much goes with the medical reason. That if the population seems to have some kind of a thing going on with them, like they're reproducing too fast, so they're hurting the economy of the other animals living in the same area. Of course, you will have the license and permission to hunt them down a little bit, a certain amount of number of the animal hunted down, to get the balance going again in nature. And yeah, pretty much I would say that the hunting for sport is what disturbs the balance of the ecosystem a lot more than anything else. Distrubs.
This Arnson has a good sense of humor. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information.
That's the lady we saw on the boat. Yeah, his best trophy. It's not the goat, it's the woman.
Yes, there is something here. Strange drawing. It says only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
That's the same painting I saw on the wall. Well, it's slightly different though. I mean, there is 2 of them on a boat.
It
And there's
says
only one
only
lonely
the best
gunman.
gunmen earn the finest arms. Surely there is something behind this fresco. This hole must be part of some mechanism. Surely there is something behind this. Surely there is something behind. Surely there is something. It says only the.
There must be something else that I can take from one of these animals, maybe. Quack.
Arnson should be in these pictures. Arnson should be in.
Maybe it's not here. Since I do have the key now, maybe I can open that other door downstairs.
Bruh.
I cannot do this.
Okay. Then let's not do this.
Closed tight.
Where else have we not been? Well, pretty much been. This is the only place we cannot go because it's closed tight. That won't open. And that's where we just were. And there's a room over there that probably cannot even get into because I don't see a door. But I think it's a secret room that we can get through the fresco.
Closed tight.
I wonder why he can't do it then. We're missing an item? We're missing an item, Bennigan? Well, I used the metal tube just now. The metal tube was used for...
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
Okay. But that's where I used the tube. Okay, go for some. We'll see him. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you later. Also, apparently...
It will be necessary to get a shot in that hole while standing on the flagstone that starts the mechanism. But the pistol is not loaded. It will be necessary to find another way, and I must do this alone, as Watson must remain with this poor young woman. Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
Well, good thing we got this.
Surely there is something behind it. Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism. It will be necessary to get a shot in that. Surely there is something.
Another puzzle.
Bah, it's only an air pistol. I would be hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon. Besides, it's not even loaded.
Raccoon Master, where art thou? I guess I don't need to use the raccoon around here. Bummer.
Closed. Tight.
So, what do I have that I could use? Well, the answer is I don't got nothing.
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
I would think that Holmes would try to throw this into the eye, but I don't even have an icon.
Surely there is something behind. It will be necessary to get a shot in that. It will be necessary. Ingenious. Standing on the stone.
Of course. Can I even move you? Apparently not you. Chair? No. Urn? No. Tree? Yep.
Nothing can stop an inventive and logical mind.
Fascinating secret door mechanism.
The same woman seen in the trophy photograph.
Ah, she likes those flowers. That's why I have the bouquet. To my darling Errol. I think it says Errol. This bouquet will forever be the true symbol of our love, Lucy. So her name is Lucy. Ashmat tried to meet and make friends with these men, who are strangers to our language, mainly Chinese, Indians of various tribes, and those of Africa. He says that he intends to teach them the language, and thanks to these skills, they may find other work. But where? Colin heard him speak with a stranger at the gate. Colin has a decent memory and a good ear for a gardener. Here's what he heard and could recall. Search for Old Sam's racks. Pass in front of the Demon Rock. Take a left in front of the Jellyfish. They will not be hungry that night. Sing high the call with strength so they will know you. A fisherman told me that he was often out alone in the swamp, late in the evening. That's why he has such a nasty appearance and he is never there in the morning. There is something of great importance hidden in the swamp. I'm sure of it. Maybe a swamp thing? I should not have spoken to the sheriff. Since then, Ashman has become distant and wary. I'm done with his impudence. If he does not come forward with what I need to know, then I shall confront him this evening. By God, that scoundrel will tell me everything he knows, or I shall throw him out the door and report him to the authorities.
How dreary, the swamp. We must hold fast, as it is imperative that we go there tonight. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
Northwood Agency, Boston, August 25th, 1894. Dear Sir, it was with great surprise and interest that I received your letter. It would seem the link between our employee and the affair which commands us is not accidental. Gumshoe is reading this for us. First of all, before answering your question, I must implore you to avoid any risk in the steps you take to assist us. The greater the sums involved, the less scruples criminals maintain. Such men are incapable of pity and are most ruthless. As you know, according to our client, the amount involved is considerable. I counted our client and submitted your proposal, which she accepted unconditionally. As you already know, the restitution of the stolen goods is not for our only goal. Our agency would add a substantial bonus to the authorized sum should your efforts prove to be the deciding factor in the resolution of this case. Unfortunately, the agent in charge of this case, whom you have met, pal, is presently in Europe, pal. Rest assured, pal, he will contact you immediately upon his return, pal. If anything of importance occurs in the meantime, pal, please contact me, pal, directly, pal, without delay, pal. You sincerely yours, pal, E. Spear, pal. Director of the Northwood Agency, pal. For a second, I thought it was Deckard Cain. It was with great surprise and interest that I received your letter. It would seem the link between your employee and... Yeah, I could do Deckard Cain, why not? Maybe the next one I'll read as Deckard Cain. Stay a while and listen.
Very interesting.
Ah, the Hereditary Cube. The Horadrim. The Staff of Kings.
It is possible to take down an elephant with one shot using these weapons. Unfortunately, the metal grid is too solid to break through. This is useless. I won't do that. This is useless. I won't do that. This is useless. I won't do that. This lock is very strange, even unique. No way to pick it. I wonder, the key or object that opens it must be somewhere.
Well, let's take a look then.
Arnson should be in these pictures.
Nothing more satisfying than combining gems in the cube. Bing! There he is.
Perhaps it is time to take care of this young man. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
Yeah, maybe it's time to take care of this young man. Don't remind me of too many Diablo sound effects. Otherwise, I'll have to install Diablo 2 and play it. As if that's a bad thing.
Watson, read this. It sheds light on a dark and sinister enterprise.
Yes, sir.
Arneson was in contact with the Northwood Agency. He wanted to inform them about the activities of Ashmat. But why?
Because his servant was secretly selling the same stolen jewelry sought by this agency. How is she, Watson?
It will be difficult for her to speak for some time. She had a narrow escape.
Can she walk?
Yes, but why?
Come with me. Your brother is behind this door, miss. He is wounded, but only superficially. It is extremely urgent that he opens this door. Can you call to him? Perhaps it will draw him out.
David. David.
Young man, I know that you can hear and understand me. We are here at the request of your sister, who is with us now. She is very worried about you, and rightly so. The man with me is a doctor. He is going to look at your wound and ease your suffering. Please come
Crockett.
out. Everything will be all right.
Open the door, Davy. These gentlemen talk true. Come on now. Open up the door for Eula.
Miss, you should go and get some food for your brother. He must be very hungry. Have you finished, Watson?
Well, yes.
Very well. Please understand, my young lad, and you too, Miss Eula. We are here to solve an affair that risks many people's lives. Furthermore, we have very short time to save them. As for you, young man, you know some very important things. You must tell us everything and leave nothing out.
But what are you going...
Listen to me. I will tell you a story. Davy, 5 days ago, at night, you were woken up by noises from the dining room.
He's seen some
First, you
shit.
heard the voice of the gardener, and then a loud blow to the floor. You got up and took the candle, which was lit. Then you went to the dining room. On your way, you found something on the floor and picked it up. It was likely a piece of paper. Afterwards, you went to the door of the dining room and saw the dead body of Colin the gardener soaking in a pool of blood. You also saw Ashmat, the other servant, dragging Mr. Arneson, who seemed dead, towards the door. Ashmat saw you, struck at you with his knife, and caught you in the arm. Seeing that this blow had not killed you, he raised his knife to strike again and eliminate the only witness to his heinous crime. But something stayed in his hand. The item you picked up was far more important. He paused to snatch it up, giving you time to run away and barricade yourself in your room.
But if you were there, why didn't you do anything?
Mr. Holmes was not there, miss. But if he tells you that things have happened in such a way, you should believe him without any doubt.
Then you are a kind of hoodoo man.
In some way.
David, do this man tell it true? Is this what happened? The good man saved us both. Do what he tells you, Davy.
Listen to your sister, young man. Now, Davy, can you recall what was on that piece of paper? Think hard now. Watson, your notebook. Be attentive to everything he draws and copy it down exactly.
Okay. Oh, that's a compass. Well, try to decipher that, then.
Holmes, can we trust these figures and make sense of them? I mean to say, consider this boy's affliction.
Ah, this boy. A strange one, isn't he? Watson, let's escort him and his sister to her employer.
This be the Gallagher's place. Thanks, misters.
Miss Euler, we should be thanking you. Now, take good care of your brother. Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
And we cannot even go in there? All this time, and we cannot even go into the room. Game, you sucky right now. Tease us with so much promise and give us nothing but the boy. And a puzzle that looks almost impossible. 687 54312 214 7588 I mean, these are definitely correspondence to the alphabet in some way. Either alphabet or something else. If only we had some kind of a decoding book that would help us with this situation.
Tight.
With this situation.
Closed. Tight.
So since we don't have the lemons, how are we gonna get through here? Are you just gonna go through now?
Yes, Watson, we must pass this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this merciless insect horde. Wait for me here.
Back to the lemon tree. I don't know. Suddenly Zool.
This should prove useful.
So now, first you take the lemon tree, and now you just take one lemon. Okay.
Watson, cover yourself with lemon juice. It will protect you from the mosquito stings.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
It's called heavy armor. And a flak jacket.
There are signs of a struggle here. Perhaps Arnson regained his senses and fought back. Blood, and in large quantities. This bush has been stripped of its lower leaves and slightly uprooted. Someone grabbed hold of the brambles and refused to let go. His adversary, unable to get him down due to the man's tight grasp, must have cut off his hand. I would say his right.
What a horror!
Rather, and quite determined.
Also a dog. When the handwritten letter found in Dr. Gygax's office, there was a greasy stain apparently from one of... Oh. Why was it showing this one? There's evidence that a fierce struggle took place in the swamp on the way to the Anderson's garden to the riverbank. The violence of this fight is unmistakable. Mistakable, as someone's right hand was severed at that same place. So where's the hand? Did it just pocket it and go? Apparently. Wow, we can actually see through the water. Look at that. And we can see animation on the water. Look at that. Yeah, probably the dog ate it. Yeah.
A boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
We must find that fisherman, the one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us.
You're quite right, Watson. Besides, it would be wise to visit a young woman.
A young woman?
No, I think that's a river water before it hits the swamp.
Run, Watson, run!
We outran them, Holmes.
Surely not, Watson. They ceased their chase only when they saw we continued towards the port. Apparently, they have orders to kill intruders only as a last resort.
Is this supposed to reassure me?
Yes. Yes, it is. Madame, I'm looking for a girl with your services.
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well...
No, madam. We merely wish to speak with one of your boarders about an extremely urgent matter.
Of course you do, darling. How much money you looking to spend?
The matter is, madam, I must protest. It's not what you think. This is extremely urgent and involves nothing questionable.
Oh, sure. I understand. I know all about these urgent matters you fellas have to talk about with the girls. But unless I see the color of your money, you and your urgent matters best keep on moving. At least there are two of you. You could always lend each other a hand.
What did she just say? These Americans have such colorful expressions.
She suggested that we both, never mind. How about the color of this money?
What else do you want? We have work to do.
I guess she doesn't care about the ruby. How about this?
What else do you want?
Oh.
We have...
I guess I can't knock her out like our hitman does. I really wanted to throw that at her face. The best girls of the coast. Mm-hmm. If only we could reach that to climb up there. I was just thinking there, since it is 1894, I think at this point Watson here is already a married man. I think. I'm not too sure if he's already gotten married.
Good evening, sir. We are interested in a short trip along the bayou into the nearby swamp.
My mouth, nobody but some fool go in that swamp at night. Come back tomorrow. Champagne take you then for a fact.
No, sir. It is of the gravest importance that we could go to the swamp, and tonight.
No ways to get there. Listen, you have some boat hereabouts. Now, I can sell you the boat, but tell you true, you get your own selves to the swamp.
I believe we can find some manner of payment that you will find satisfactory. We shall return.
There you go. Champagne for
Will
the
this
champagne.
cover the cost of a boat?
It been kept in a bad way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you is them planks from the woodpile around there.
And one of your lanterns.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
Pretty much. There, we got a ladder. Time to Rapunzel the shit. Get in the tower of the... Ehkä, mutta ei välitä. Paskan vertaa. Tää on tärkeämpää. So where am I supposed to use this ladder? Was there a boat somewhere? Can I get reach with? Once I figure out what to do with the ladder... Let's think. Where could we climb with it? Where have I been that I can use something somewhere in order to get nowhere? This is as far as I can get here, huh? Alright. Whee! So nice that we can still go these routes. Jeez. It's half dog, half alligator. Oh no, I can't swing on that anymore. Oh no. That doesn't even sound like a dog with that snarl. So where could I use?
I have no reason to go there.
Yeah, not anymore. Think. If there's no way of me using the ladder here to get up there to find her. You know I'm a pig, Elisa.
I have no reason to go there.
Look at that. We can actually see through the water. Still not moving, though.
It would be better to turn back. I have no reason to go there.
It's just the bottom of the water, you know. Still looks like shit, but at least it's better than what it was before. Doesn't matter, I still and will always say it. Alright. I can't think of a place where to use this ladder. Other than on the boat, but there's no spot for it. Besides, people would wonder why I'm climbing up there. So it has to be used somewhere else, then. But I don't know where. I mean, Sherlock wasn't definitely having an idea for it. It would be nice if I would know the idea. I am Sherlock Holmes. Or at least playing as him. Can we hear some inner thoughts?
I told you once, now don't.
At least he's not working with the sheriff. That's a good thing. Give me the hint, Zelda.
You said we should visit a young woman. Well, Holmes, where is she?
I guess I can't go back to the French quarters until I meet with Lucy.
You said we should visit a young...
Yep. I gotta meet with Lucy first. Well, where is she? Yeah, that is a good question. Apparently we cannot get on the boat. Because we ain't got no money. Maybe if I show her the bouquet. Maybe that's the answer. Yep.
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well...
No, madam. We came to give this bouquet to one of your boarders. You know who I'm talking about. We have something very important to say to her.
Good evening. You brought these flowers? Who are you? What's happened to...
Mr. Arnson? We still do not know exactly what has happened with the gentleman, but we are here to try and find out. Listen to me, miss.
Lucy.
My dear Miss Lucy, my friend and I have come here all the way from England. You may have seen us this morning with the sheriff.
Are you working for him?
No. Actually, we suspect him of obstructing our investigation. Our case has some remote connection with Mr. Arnson, so we went to his home to talk with him. While there, we found evidence he has been abducted, and one of his servants had been murdered.
Kidnapped? But why?
I don't know, but time is running out. Please tell us what you know about Mr. Arnson, and, Miss Lucy, omit nothing. Even the most trivial of facts may prove to be of great importance.
He is such a kind man and had promised we would be married this autumn. He arrived in New Orleans about 2 years ago. He's a hunter and was to stay but a few weeks. He was after something in the swamp, Lord knows what. Then we met here. I had just started working, you see. Madam said that she would let me leave only if my debts and worth to her was paid off in full. A few weeks ago, Mr. Arneson, said that he had the solution. Maybe he had the money and was kidnapped by people who wanted it. It would have been a small fortune to most folks round here.
And you know where he could have hidden it?
Oh, I don't care about the money. If it could bring me back Errol, I'd give it away gladly.
That's how they spell
He
it.
showed me a secret room upstairs. He shoots with a gun to open it. He says that nobody else can succeed but a real marksman. Behind the wall is a cupboard with weapons and a little box hidden behind a big rifle. His money is inside. To open the gate of the cupboard, he uses his signet ring that he wears on his right hand. But how can any of this help you? You don't have his ring.
You have been of greater assistance than you may realize, Miss Lucy. If Mr. Arneson is still alive, we shall bring him back to you.
I'm
Come on,
Watson. Boop, beep, doop, beep, doop.
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Arneson.
Yeah, this Onsen that we know that has lost his hand already and all that. It's like they're talking like they have never been to this place already.
Would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with these wood planks?
We are searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about, Holmes?
Yeah, they weren't paw prints of a dog. They were paw prints of a raccoon.
The facts speak for themselves, Watson. The key that unlocks Arneson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same severed by one of his kidnappers when the poor man clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing hand and its ring. I noticed their tracks nearby, and no doubt they have a nest in this area. Find the raccoons and we find our hand.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
To the ham! And then to the hand.
I'm going to set this outside to attract the little devil.
And where exactly will we leave this? I give there a specific spot that I can use. Horse is fine. Where do I leave this though? Not in the same spot as the hand, because that would have been silly. He also kind of reminds me of Gabriel Knight. Especially Gabriel Knight 2. Do I need to combine this with something else? I would think that leaving it anywhere would be fine. But no. It's only one specific spot somewhere. How about your face?
What do you make of this, Holmes?
Just slap it on his...
Closed. Tight.
Too bad I cannot open it with ham. Oh, how I hate that it has to be a specific spot somewhere. It's gonna take me forever to find. There. Found it. Of course, it was the spot where we saw it the first time. I mean, duh.
Watson, there's the nest. It's on the roof, above the balcony.
Well, looks like we found the hand.
Excuse me, madam. I'm merely passing by with no wish to disturb you, although I'm sure you found Mr. Arnson to be a man of good taste.
What do you make of this, Holmes?
Oh, hi, Watson. I was wondering why I wasn't talking to a freaking door. Money, money, money.
Here's what we need to buy a boat.
What a splendid weapon.
Indeed, it'll be of great advantage in the swamp.
An elephant gun? I'm not too sure if that's an elephant gun. Does it look high caliber enough to be an elephant gun? I mean, elephant guns are usually freaking huge.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson, forget the gun and see to the ladder, and quickly. Let's go, Watson, to the port.
Cue stupid animation. And also cue the cliffhanger.